Drunk driving destroys lives. Here is Stephen Epstein, a top New York DWI attorney.
I have been successfully defending DWI charges for over 30 years. Please do not risk you or your family's life by driving while impaired during this holiday season. I have spent my career helping those that have made this mistake, and I'm here to help you if you need me. Please call 516-745-1500. BarkheadEpstein.com.
You're commuting home with Katz and Cosby. Now, here's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby on 77 WABC.
Joining us, you guys, to talk about all this and much more is Michael Goodwin, Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist with the New York Post. Michael, first of all, your reaction to all of this stuff that President Trump talked about today.
Well, good evening. I thought it was a very interesting Donald Trump at that press conference, and I think a fair number of people have remarked already about how sort of calm and businesslike he seemed, polite even to the reporters, and
shocked.
Yeah, a new Donald Trump. And I have been saying for some time that I believe the assassination attempt did change him. I think it would have to change anybody who came that close to death. And he has said, numerous times, I was spared for a reason. And I do believe that is part of what we're seeing here. And I would say the other part is that he is, as he said today, there's less anger, less resistance, how even the tech people now want to come and be his friend. So I think that's part of it, too, that there seems to be, even when it's grudging, there seems to be an acceptance that he won this election and that the world is not going to die as a result of it and the end of democracy, all those things that the Democrats said would happen. Nobody really believes that. And so now I think that it's happening, and we should never forget the comparison. I mean, the politics is about contrast. And here you have all the things you're talking about with Biden selling away the steal and all these pardons and commutations. Who did all of that? He's not doing it. Joe Biden's not capable of making decisions, I would hazard a guess. That somebody else, who rounded up 1,500 people for him to pardon and commute their sentences? He doesn't know most of these people, probably any of them.
And that's supposed to, Michael, that's supposed to go through the Justice Department. It's supposed to be a process, which obviously they quickly did that. Justice Department reviewed 1,500, and that's just the beginning of it, Michael.
Yes. So, we don't know who a lot of these people are. Every time you scratch and you do a little research on some of these people, it's not very flattering. I mean, the judge that I wrote about in Scranton, who basically took kickbacks for shuffling children who had gotten in trouble, shuffling them off to these for-profit detention centers. And some of the children committed suicide. And did Joe Biden make that decision? I mean, I think there's a fair question here as to who is now running the White House, because clearly Joe Biden. Where's Kamala Harris? Has anybody seen her? It's almost like the administration goes on, but the president and the vice president are both, missing in action here.
Yeah, you know what it's like, Michael, too? It's like President Trump is already the de facto president. I mean, the way today he was handling, a variety of topics, it's like he's already leading the world. Like everybody's coming to him already for these meetings, as you talked about. It's essentially like the White House now is MIA, except for a few undermining issues, as we talked about. But the President Trump-elect is really the president.
It does feel that way. That even the way the press was treating him today, it's as if the inauguration will be a formality, right? That will legally start things, but clearly everything is already in motion. So the things he says now all are about what's going to happen, and it's quite remarkable. I mean, I'm happy to have supported him, and I really hope that the way he handled that press conference today. I mean, it's not like he's dropped his feelings about the press, but he's expressing them, I think, in a much more muted way and in a way that's easier to accept. When he talks about the Pulitzers, I mean, he tried before. He wrote to the Pulitzers about the New York Times and Washington Post winning a Pulitzer for the Russia hoax. And he's absolutely right. I've looked at those. You know, to win the Pulitzer, you submit basically 10 articles. And the 10 articles that the Times and the Washington Post submitted, separately, of course, so a total of 20. But some of them are about the meeting in Trump Tower with the Russian informant. Now, remember how that was the end. That proved that they were all in on it, that Don Jr. was going to buy information on Hillary Clinton, and this proved a collusion. Remember what a nothing burger that turned out to be? That's the kind of stuff that won them a Pulitzer Prize. And so I don't know if he'll be successful, President Trump will be successful in any of this, but he's certainly accurate. I mean, you look at that Duke lacrosse case, right? Now, that doesn't involve him directly, but it's a very good example of how the media runs off the track, but instead of stopping, it just keeps going. I mean, that, as he said, a lot of people believed it wasn't true, but it's only now when the woman admits that it's not true, that she made it all up. Well, where's the media? Where's all the media saying we got it wrong?
Michael,
I mean, you haven't heard a peep anywhere.
Michael, this is Pete King. First of all, great column today, as always. I thought a defining moment was Macron put Donald Trump in the front row. I mean, years ago, when he first came in 2016, 2017, foreign leaders didn't want to be seen with him. They couldn't be seen smiling with him or shaking hands with him. Now they were falling all over themselves. I mean, you had Prince William, you had Macron, you had world leaders coming up to him. And that to me was a real tipping point. And now the fact the media is even treating him with acknowledgement that he is the president, which they never did. Last time was Jim Acosta and those people yelling at him like he was some guy in the street corner. Now he's been treated with a real dignity, which is really a tribute to him.
Well, and you get Mika and Joe flying down to Mar-a-Lago, with the cup out saying, please,
No, look, I think these are great things for America, right? I mean, for him to be treated that way on the international stage is a really good thing for the world. It's a good thing for the free world, especially. It's a bad thing for, the unfree world, let's say. And that's the way it should be. American leadership is absolutely essential. And you just look at the Mideast. I believe a lot of what has happened is very much owing to his victory. What's happened in Syria, obviously Israel is putting the pressure everywhere, but it's the sense that Donald Trump is going to support Israel much more than Joe Biden did. I mean, Tony Blinken, get the heck out of there. Yeah. Don't come back.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Yeah, so I think the page has turned. I mean, it's a very exciting time to be alive.
Yeah, it is. You can feel it there for sure. Well, thank you so much, Michael Goodwin. We love having you here on the show. Thank you, Michael. As always.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Eden Memorial Chapels understands Jewish funerals can take many forms. Some are Orthodox, while others are more conservative or of a Reformed nature. There's no one better. With services close to all New York and New Jersey cemeteries, Eden Memorial Chapels offer fair and balanced pricing and can provide easy transfer of you and your loved ones to Israel. While you're grieving, they're here to take care of all the details so that you deal with less bureaucracy and have more peace of mind. Go to EdenMemorial.com. That's EdenMemorial.com.
I've been matchmaking all my life. I introduced my best friend and his wife. I introduced my program director, Kevin Drosch, to Inhala. And now I'm going to match you with Inhala. Yes, you two should sleep together. Skip the sleep center. Avoid the CPAP machine. Get in bed with Inhala. It's a custom-fit oral appliance. There's no bulky hoses or uncomfortable mask. Inhala works with your private medical insurance and makes the process seamless. I talked to the people at Inhala.com, and they're going to help you just like they helped out Kevin and his fiancée. She'll finally be able to sleep through the night while Kevin is using Inhala. Follow Kevin's sleep journey right here on 77 WABC. Now is the time for a treatment that is right for you. Visit Inhala.com or call 844-INHALA-1. That's 844-INHALA-1. So like my program director, Kevin, skip the sleep center, avoid the CPAP machine, get in bed with Inhala. Inhala.com, INHALA.com.